I'm going to do this YouTube video from a very spiritual perspective with the eye that one normally would not use. Now, I'm going to use my eye, which one normally would not use, but it gets results, and you wouldn't have these badass kids out here doing the things that they're doing today. I personally appalled at every race, every nation, and their children the way they have turned out. The only children that I could say that I haven't come across that was all rambunctious and stuff like that, and don't call me racist or anything, was Chinese people. Their kids got sense. From what I have seen, Chinese and Japanese people, they have sense. Now, I mean, I used to could say black people back in the day. You could say whatever you want about this video. It's a video. I don't care. I don't care. This is not going to make me or break me or ruin me in any bit, shape, or form. There is nothing that will change in my life because of this video and how you personally feel about it. I promise you, it's nothing. So, now I used to think we had the best kids. Then I used to think, Caucasians had the best kids, white people had the best kids. These are things I used to think when I was growing up as a kid. Now, as an adult, it sucks because I'm going to be old soon, and you have the audacity to be pumping out these badass, disrespectful kids and allowing them to rip and run about this world. If they don't respect you, what make you think they're going to respect the next person or entity or being walking around? They're going to get caught out there, depending on who they come across one day. Depending on who they come across one day. Because you did not properly prepare them to go into the world and be able to deal respectfully with one another. So there's always going to be problems beyond what someone else may have accidentally done or confrontation or type deals. Because that is bound to happen no matter what. But what you teach your kids about your choices and this, that, and the third, I am appalled. Appalled. When you tell your child to do something, they should not reply later or no. No, if you tell your child to do something, and what is this asking stuff? You don't ask a kid to do something. It's your kid. You tell him or her to do it, and it shall be done. Like, when did the parent become the bitch to the child? I'm just trying to figure it out because last time I checked, that kid wouldn't be here without you. Last time I checked, that kid can't buy nothing for himself or herself. Last time I checked, that kid needs you to enroll it in school, feed it, clothe it, give it electricity, nutrition, uh, shown right and wrong throughout the world. That is your responsibility to your child. Discipline is a responsibility to your child. But what I've come to find out is a lot of y'all is using your kids as paychecks and scared to get them taken away from you because they know, oh, I could call the government and we rolling out. No. You could call the government or whoever DIFES or whatever you want to call them your friendly neighborhood child removal service, if you want to call them. Guess what? In my house, they know how it go. You call who you want to call. I don't care who you are, who you with, or who the fuck you can get. I'ma bust your ass if you deserve that. I'ma take it away if you don't deserve it. I'm going to punish you when you deserve it. Bottom line, there ain't no ifs, ands, buts, candy, maybes, or mutts about it. Will my child ever be in jail for something stupid? No. Will my child ever go shoot up a school? No. Will my child be one of them children missing on the back of a milk carton? No. These are things that I can say with utmost guarantee. No. Won't happen. Why? Because my child is programmed, because this is all of you entities are not really what you think you are. You're higher than what you think you are, but you live on a low level, and so you'll die on a low level. You're programming the child to be a certain way when they're older. Now, there is a thing called abuse, and then there's a thing called correction. There is a thin line between the two. Now, my thing to you is you make your own line as far as that go. But you don't let your kid run you. You can't. How you call yourself, and this ain't what everybody is, but I'm just use on the earthly term. How you call yourself a man and a woman and let a kid talk shit to you? Your own kid, let alone somebody else's kid. Nah, I'm sorry. I drop kick kids the way I would drop kick my kid. And I will take them to their parent and bust their parent's ass. This is what I do. So don't get it twisted. Because you should have taught your kid better. Your kid should not be throwing milk onto little kids. Your kid shouldn't be spitting on people's kids. What happened to when I was in school? We used to teach the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And then they break it down for you so you could not misunderstand it. If you would want somebody to give you a cookie, you should probably come in with enough cookies for everybody so they all can have cookies. And then when they come in, they going to have cookies on those days that you don't have cookies. Like, the whole world is jacked up. Everybody turned selfish. Though the first problem is, once you understand what a real man and woman is, you'll understand that kid don't belong to you in the first place. It belongs to us as a collective, because the collective, it belongs to the father. The collective is part of the father. Now, the father needs this kid supposed to be raised a certain way. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You cannot spoil the child, because then that bad seed is going to promote more bad seeds around you. Now you got trees and forests of bad seeds and bad apples. This is not rocket science. What is I'm going to talk to little Billy going to do for you? I'm going to put little Billy in timeout. My kid need ADD pills. It's called knock the hell out of that kid. Tell him sit down, shut the fuck up, and do what the fuck he's supposed to do. He don't have any he or she does not have any responsibilities other than what they're supposed to be doing. If you allow your kid to sit here and run you because you want to you let society put stigmas on your children. And this is a lake of fire, and nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. You would think the way my kid, how good and well behaved my kid is. Now, I mind you, he's like me and his mom. He talks slick. He do. Now, it's not slick talk like disrespectful. It's like, is this kid smart or stupid? Should I kick his ass or not today? It's kind of one of those kind of things. But we have a weird family like that. So everybody has to do their own thing accordingly. But Bottom line is, when a child needs to be spanked or corrected, you have to spank him. And you can say, oh, this guy right here is promoting child spanking. What's wrong with your hand? You not going to ball your hand up into a fist and knock a 2-year-old across the room, are you? I would like to think, you know what? I can't even say that. Because the sense that was common 15, 17, 20 years ago ain't common anymore. You don't have it. It's gone. It's the dust in the wind. I never seen a kid that was disciplined and raised right in jail today. We not in jail today. And the reason why I use the term we is because I've seen people that I've grown up with. We are productive, you know what, though the world sucks. We are productive beings in society. This is us. We are in society. We're being very productive. And I ran into a couple people, a couple entities by pure chance. And they said, you know what? A lot of us are still around. We're still doing what we're supposed to do. We ain't in jail. We ain't dead. One or two of us went that route. But we knew that from the time we was in school because that's the kind of life they live. But the rest of us, and they was bad seeds, but it was more good seeds in our school. And it was a K through 8 school. So when we didn't have it hard until we got transferred into different schools after the 8th grade. No, during the 8th grade, a lot of us had got transferred to a different school. Then we ended up in the wrong crowds where it was more bad seeds than good seeds, so it was better to go the bad route. Listen, you could say what you want. You talk about the no bullying thing. No, being bullied and being threatened is totally different. And no, I'm not condoning either one of them because I'm telling you, you're supposed to know how to defend yourself as a boy or a girl. Would you call yourselves a boy or a girl? You supposed to. Do I have to do a whole parenting session for you? Your child should know how to defend themselves because guess what? Attitudes flare and things happen. But your child should also know how to let things go as well. First and foremost, it start with you. If you sitting there with your ass in your kid's face, I promise you, yo, if God could come down and just burn this place and I'm burnt and I have to be, he said, if God came right now and say, I will burn this place down, but you can't leave when I burn it down, I would say go ahead. That's how bad it is. You might as well burn me with them because I'd rather see this place burnt down to see it continue to go the way it's going. But I seen videos of people on trains, this chick on a train, in this elderly old lady's face, cursing her out, disrespecting her, the whole nine. Is that what you're raising your kids to do? Oh, because I'm scared I ain't gonna get a check if they take this kid away. Get your ass a job, get off the fucking system, get your ass in the gear and run your house. I'm tired of everybody using excuses for everything. Oh, my kid shot up the school because he's a bitch? What? What? Get some fucking boxing gloves. Learn how to fucking fight for crying out loud. Why everybody gotta be pussies and take weapons and guns and try to go off on people? I'm tired of this shit. This shit has gotta fucking stop. The madness, you got fucking women twerking with their kids in their ass and their coochie in their face. The book, if we just read the book and understood the book, you not even supposed to see your mom in those conditions. You got on a pair of panties. And they not even panties because they in your ass cheeks and all up in your crotch. I'm tired of this shit. You could say, you don't gotta watch it. Oh no, I do because I have to keep up with events because I'm tired. To remind me why I'm tired of this place. To remind me why I walk this walk the way I do. Because I'm tired. And when you tired, you tired. There's nothing I can do about it. But I need to inform you that I'm tired. Because if you get tired, then you'll be like me and you'll say, look, all right, I'm not talking about, oh, you got to whoop this kid with a belt or knock his head off his shoulders or something like that. No, we're going to use common sense. Because just think about you. When you were a kid, when you got yelled at when you was a kid and smacked on the hand, it didn't hurt that you got smacked on the hand. It hurt that you got yelled at and disciplined because you done something wrong. And it all starts there because they want to, and then you nourish them back up from where they fell from. This is how you raise a good seed. But you so busy focused on yourself, you throwing them in front of TVs. TVs are ran by freaking Molech worshippers, and there's others. Them vultures are in there. Yeah, they there too. But you got these entities that run this place that ain't running this place. You gotta run this place. You gotta run it starting from your house and with and then it works its way out. I was raised on good seeds, so I'm the way I am today. Do not let me sit here and tell you before I got physically to where I am today, I did not turn into a freaking demon because I was already a demon. I just had good seeds in me from being a demon. So when I say a demon, I mean I wasn't the nicest character on the planet. You know, I had my own quirks about me, just like everyone else does. But you don't let that spill over onto your children. You don't let them. You don't. Certain things you just can't do. All right, you can't do. Now, if you start your child raising them up with these seeds in them, what I'm trying to show you is they're going to hit a spot where they're going to come back to this space. This space right here where I am. Where those seeds that was planted in me, they kicked in, so I raised my kid right. I don't let my kid shower with me. Your kid ain't supposed to see you naked. Just, the kid reach certain age, he wash his own ass. No. You show him a couple times, he work it out, and then that's it. His funkiness is on him. You get it? All you could do is go tell this dude how to do it. Open your butt cheeks, lift this, scrub down there. That's all you can do at certain ages. You could just tell them about it. But you don't take your ass in there scrubbing them. This is ridiculous. This is pedophile stuff. I'm tired of this place. And what happened to this place? How did we go from a society of whipping literally niggas to letting your kids whoop on you? I seen these kids beating up their damn parents. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And it's every race. It's not just, I don't know. I still say the Chinese and the Japanese, that I don't think they let that go down. They will cane the shit out of a kid. Yeah, and I don't think the Muslims let that go down either because they will stone the shit out of a kid. That's what it is. Take one of them. All right, even on South Park, which is a cartoon or whatever you want to call it. South Park, they had an episode, three kids with ADD. He said the perfect cure or something along those lines for ADD. Then he slapped the kid in the back of the head Sit down and shut up. The kid sat down and shut up. The other two still screaming. La 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 la. He walks over, slapped the other one in the back of the head. Sit down and shut up. By the time he got to the third one shut up on its own. Message. All they gotta do is see it and then they good. I was the baby out of the family. So I seen everybody else get their ass kicked. I did is, and you know what? I can't even say that. Because I did stuff that I was too smart for my own good. I did stuff like take apart a complete stereo system, and I ain't talking about that little boombox things. Back in the day, the stereo system was about maybe 5 feet across, 3 feet high, and I'm like freaking 6 or 7, and I got a screwdriver and took the whole thing apart, and they made me put it back together. Yeah, so stuff like that. I might have even been No, I was in the second grade. Yeah, so I was about 7, maybe 8. 7, maybe 8 when that happened. But I used to always take everything apart. We did have a little radio. I took that apart. I took anything I could get my hands on in a screwdriver or any tool that fit, and I took it apart because I wanted to see what made it tick. I've always taken things apart, and I think that's how I ended up to where I am today. But I digress. Now, don't forget, I said it took me a while to get to where I am because I had to experience things because up into the age of like 19, 18, 19, I was naive. I'm not going to stunt. I was naive probably from 19 to 28 about the world, not about education because I was book smart and I was street smart, but what people do to you in the world. I was not that kind of smart. So, I got taken advantage of a lot in a lot of different aspects because of my kindness, and they take it for weakness, and it's the truth. But if what I'm saying is, if you raise your kid accordingly, you don't even gotta worry about none of this. Because my dad used to always tell me, son, the world is going to kick you square dead in your ass. When you get older, because I think the world owed me something. And I did. I lost a lot. I went through a lot. I did. I really did. I went through a whole lot. So when I did go, and get older, as we do, I had to take his wisdom with me and know to look for the world to kick me in my ass at some point. And it when see we don't look at the world the same as a kid as when you're an adult. You think of the people as like teachers and stuff, like how they act, and all of them was respectable. And they would get you in trouble if they had to. They were like, yo, I'll call your mom and dad. They don't play if I gotta call Mr. and Mrs. Blank up in here. You gonna get that butt kicked and you know it. So that was what we call some act right back then. Just now they said go. I went into a school and this kid was like, go ahead, call my mom. What she going to do? Call my dad. What he gonna do? And the principal of this school was my old principal. And I said to him, I said, this wouldn't have happened in my day. And the security came out. This one guy or guidance counselor, he looked like a teenager. He had a mohawk and everything. Like, how can you respect somebody who was just looking like the guy from Different Strokes, the little guy. What you talking about, Willis? Gary Coleman. He looked just like him with a mohawk. And I think Gary Coleman had a Mr. T cut. once in there. That's what he looked like. Was a pair with some skinny jeans on the high tops. How can you respect that as authority? Our teachers used to wear suits, dress suits, shirt and ties. They commanded respect. This world is weak. Its backbone is broken. And like I said, that teacher, he's there and he does all he can do, but he's by himself. It's only so much you can do when the parents don't assist you. Back then, the parents was assisting because it was a village. You didn't want your child to be on the street, a drug dealer in jail. Now it's the cool thing to do. What is wrong with humanity? It all starts with them and you let them fall hardest. I know people in the year 2015 can't fucking read. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, you're like fucking 16, 17. You just can't, you don't know how to say the words. You don't know what the words are. And you text with just letters. Alright. With letters and numbers, man. I ate it. It's like, because you can't figure it out. And then I send this guy a text. I'm like, why didn't you just tell me to call you? I couldn't. I was like, damn, man, that's a shame. It's a fucking shame. And you only like 16, 17. And then, I mean, I've met a few of these guys, some of them in their 20s. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is 2015. This is stuff, you got access to things that we ain't have access to back in the day. And you still falling short? You worse off now than they was back then. They at least desired to get some of that knowledge back. You ain't even trying. So, again, I'm like, what can I say to you? What can I do to tell you your kid should not be running your household? What can I say to make you understand that your kid can't turn on that video game? What can I tell you when I tell you that to have your bed or your mattress off the floor is a comfort. It's a luxury, not in the world is not a comfort. It's not built to comfort. If you went outside, guess where you sleeping at? On the fucking ground. So when you do stuff to lose your items, my kid lost his items one time and he learned his lesson. So with that being said, I'm going to let you stew and eat this and think about it. Your kid shouldn't be running your house. Your kid need his ass whooped. And I'm the first one to tell you I'll whoop his ass if I run into him and bring him to you and whoop your ass too. Thank you. Have a good day.